Proverbs chapter 8, verses 1 through 4. Wisdom is personified in Proverbs as a woman. The seductress, mentioned in 7:10 through 21, walks the streets and entices young men to follow. And Lady Wisdom also stands in the streets and cries out for the people to follow her, in verses 1 through 4. But that's where the similarities end. The forbidden woman has a hidden agenda, in verse 10, 7:10. But wisdom takes her message out into the open and offers her gift to everyone because her agenda is God's agenda. Therefore, she stands in the middle of the street and calls out, freely offering a spiritual view of life. Parents, God has given you the responsibility to instill wisdom in your children, and there are a lot of noises competing for their attention. So since wisdom doesn't whisper or mumble, make sure you don't either. Your children need to hear you. Proverbs 8, 5 through 21. These verses spell out the virtues and rewards for those who will listen to wisdom. What she offers is better than silver, gold, or jewels. 8, 10, and 11, and 19. We should not be satisfied with pursuing merely the socially acceptable approach to life. Then for God has something better planned for those who do life His way. Whoever listens to wisdom becomes shrewd and develops common sense. 8:5. Receiving good advice. 8:14. Unfortunately, these qualities are in short supply today. So whoever possesses them will not go unnoticed. Love wisdom, and she will love you. Search for her, and you'll find her. 8:17. If you heed God's seek and find commands, He always promises to deliver what you're looking for. See Jeremiah 29:13 and Matthew 7 through 8. Chapter 8, verses 22 through 36. Wisdom isn't some Johnny-come-lately. Before the earth began, before the watery depths were poured out, before the mountains were raised, before the fields were laid out, the Lord acquired wisdom at the beginning. 8:22 through 26. From the heavens above to the foundations of the earth below, God made His world through wisdom. Chapter 8, 27 through 29. And wisdom wasn't a mere tool that God used. It was His delight every day. Chapter 8, verse 30. What do we learn from this? First, if not for wisdom, you wouldn't be here. Wisdom is woven into creation. Therefore, you can't escape the consequences of rejecting it. Second, your Creator has given you an example to follow. God accomplished His glorious work with wisdom. So why attempt your own work without it? Third, wisdom brings joy. If you want to be truly happy in God's kingdom, pursuing wisdom guarantees God will bless you with rejoicing. And that's how Solomon concludes chapter 8, with an appeal to his sons to see wisdom at the door that leads to happiness. 8:32 through 34. Finding wisdom is the difference between life and death. Proverbs 8:35 through 36.